Hey GSAs, it's that time again. I'm Stacy, they, them, and today we're talking about apologies. As human beings, we are inevitably going to hurt someone we care about at some point. This module is about what to do next. What's the role of an apology? What does a good apology look like? How can we avoid giving a non-apology? Let's get started answering those questions with a little activity. Think of a time you hurt someone's feelings, either on purpose or accidentally. Pause the video and explain it in 1 or 2 sentences, writing it down, and put it to the side once you're done. We'll get back to it. Just keep in mind that you will be sharing these situations with a partner. Alrighty, I hope you all were able to finish writing about a time where you took action or made a decision that caused someone else pain. It could be a big emotional injury or just a minor event. A good apology, though, shows that you are concerned for the other person's pain and that you value and respect them. An apology is a statement of personal accountability and an invitation to conversation with the person that you harmed. This is all good and well, but it's a little abstract, so I'm going to give you an example that I'll build upon throughout this module. Let's say that my roommate, Bubbles, has a favorite mug that I'm not allowed to touch. One day when they were out of the house, I decided to use their mug, and as I was enjoying my tasty beverage, I dropped it and broke the handle. That's our little situation. With that in mind, let's take a look at 4 different components of a good apology, starting off with, number 1, make your apology heartfelt and authentic. You have to mean it. You have to decide to make an apology. You can't be forced, otherwise it loses all of its impact and meaning. If you start to say, "I'm sorry your feelings were hurt," start again. That's a fake apology. You can't just say that you're sorry for the other person's reaction. You're leaving out the actions that you took to cause that pain, which brings us to number 2. Take a detailed account of the actions and decisions that you made to cause that person's pain. This is not the time to justify your actions. If you try to justify your actions, then it sends the message that you're okay with causing that person pain. You may want to explain your decisions and actions, but we'll get back to that. Now, you might not even feel like they should have been hurt by these actions, but you don't have to agree with their feelings. If you feel this way, you might just take it as a cue to listen more deeply to their experience. You do this by acknowledging that their pain is real and listening with open curiosity. You may also be feeling defensive and guilty because you didn't mean to hurt them. This is a very common reaction. However, if you let that defensiveness take over the apology, it cancels out the whole conversation. If it's appropriate, you might be able to bring up your own pain later, but right now it's not about you. It's their turn for discussing their pain. Just try to focus on actions that you take responsibility for. Own it. Getting back to our example, I might say, "Hey Bubbles, while you were out, I used your favorite mug and I dropped it and broke the handle." That's the start of our apology, but we're not done yet. Let's move on to number 3. Account for the impact of your actions on the person you harm. Whenever possible, link the person's feelings to why. Why did they feel hurt? What is their story, if you know it or could imagine it? I could imagine that Bubbles probably feels hurt because not only did I use their favorite mug without permission, I also broke it. And it's their favorite one. I have a lot of favorite things. Like, this is my favorite pedal. I put a lot of work into it. I gutted the original electronics, installed the mod, calibrated it, cut the perfect pieces of Velcro for the bottom. And I plan to make a lot of memories with it when I can finally play with my band again. But I cannot imagine losing that, having it destroyed beyond repair. I don't know everything about Bubbles, but I can imagine they probably have a similar connection to their mug. It is their favorite after all. Accounting for your impact in this way demonstrates that you understand the cause and effect of your actions. If you haven't talked about it with them, you might offer to have a conversation about their side of the story if they want, so you can more fully understand their experience. You can even ask them what they would have wanted you to do differently. If you can say the cause and effect nature of your actions and their feelings, this shows that you understand the experience. This is empathy. There's a little video about that in the facilitator's guide if you want to know more about it. All right, the next thing I could say to Bubbles is, "I know it was your favorite, and I showed disrespect for something that you clearly hold to be special." Cool. Now we need to bring in the last part, number 4. Show your reflection on your actions and decisions by making a plan to not hurt them in the future. This is the part that takes the most work. You might not have it all figured out by the time you make your apology. You can say what you've learned so far. You can ask for suggestions on alternative behavior. You can ask for an opportunity to make it up to them. Ask them what they want. You do need to look at your motivation for the actions and decisions that you made. How does the pain that you have caused change how you will make these actions in the future? What have you learned about yourself in this experience? What is your plan to avoid causing harm in the future? And crucially, does that plan align with your requests and preferences of the injured party? In any case, whatever you do, don't ask for forgiveness. That makes the apology about you and your guilt. It puts the hurt person on the spot to appease your guilt. It denies them time to reflect on what you've said. If they say they forgive you, that's their choice. You still need to do the hard work of reflecting on your actions and decisions. So instead of asking for forgiveness, Lori Gottlieb suggests you ask yourself, what would help you give yourself permission to forgive yourself while also taking full responsibility for what you did? Okay, now go ahead and pause and see if you all as a group can come up with a full apology for Bubbles based on the parts of a good apology that I've just explained. I'll summarize them right here. When you press play again, I will go over what I got for my example. Okay, here it is, putting all the points together. Bubbles, I'm sorry, I really messed up. I've broken our agreement not to use your mug, and then I broke the mug. I know that hurts your trust in me as a roommate. I know how much of a loss that mug is to you since it meant so much. I was really not thinking of you when I made that choice, and I regret that decision. I don't want to break your stuff or your trust again. I promise not to borrow your things without permission, especially sentimental or valuable things. Is there anything else I can do to earn your trust back? Is there anything I can do to make it up to you that I broke your favorite mug? Maybe I can get you a new one? Not to toot my own horn or anything, but that was a pretty solid apology. Apologizing is an important part of building trust in any kind of relationship. It shows accountability, kindness, and empathy. We all know what an insincere apology feels like. It's empty, forced, and meaningless. A good apology, however, can open up a conversation about deep feelings. It can speed up healing and rebuild trust. I don't know about you all, but that's what I would want if I was hurt. Okay, now let's return to the situation you brainstormed earlier where you hurt someone's feelings and then summarized it. Using these 4 components, write an apology letter for your situation, and then pair up and practice reading your apology letters to each other. Let your partner know if they fulfill the 4 parts. I'll pause for a second so you can pause the video. Alright, that about does it. Thank you for watching the video and participating in the activities. I hope you all carry this information with you for a long time because it's a very important skill to have. Remember to fill out the survey for a chance to win a cool prize, and I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Thanks.